What secret are you hiding from your family friends right now? No one knows where I'm at other than my sister. After my mom passed, I just threw a dart at a map and moved to a new state without telling anyone. I've basically started a new life out here. I think a few people know I'm somewhere in Michigan, but that's about as much as my sister has really let slip. The change has been very good though. Between my wife and her family, I've surrounded myself with much more positive influences. On a lighter note, my secret is that I might be pregnant. My husband and I have been trying. And my family would be thrilled. But we're not going to tell them until the doctor has confirmed everything. My husband and I, and now a million Reddit users, are the only ones who know. Wow, this blew up. I'm working on replying to all of your comments. And I thank you all for your support. A Reddit gold. I feel honored. Thank you. The test came back positive last night. It's still in the very early stages, so a lot could happen. I am pregnant, though, and so excited. I'm a Sikh by religion. We are supposed to keep all our hair and not shave any of it, including facial hair and body hair. I want to shave my beard and cut my hair, as I don't like how I look now. It affects my confidence. Parents will never agree to cut my hair. I'll have to wait till I graduate and I get a job. Edit. Wow. Never expected this to blow up. Thank you so much for all the advice, guys. It's such a shame you had that bad case of lice and had to shave everything off. I feel so bad for you, comma, but what did you expect being so selfless and working at that homeless shelter animal rescue place? This is actually amazing. A friend and I have a small business together which we started about 5 years ago and have been slowly growing. We both have other careers in a similar field, but have been able to build this business. My family talks about it like it's a little side project and has no idea we just had an offer to buy up our little company for an 8-figure amount of money. And that we're probably going to turn it on. Well, I'm not hiding my girlfriend from them. I'm just waiting to see how long they take to notice that I'm planning on moving across the ocean to get away from my mother. Your mom must be awful. I wish you good luck and I hope you'll be happy. She's a narcissist and was rather abusive when I was growing up. I really need to put the distance between us so there is no chance of her gaining control over my life again. I think I will be. I moved across the ocean temporarily when I was in university, and it was amazing. Plus, now I have my husband there to help me. It was his idea to move countries in the first place. I've been hoarding every last penny and this Christmas is going to be awesome. My personality. Honestly, this may sound weird, but I am a completely different person at college versus at home. Family wants to come visit me at uni and it's giving me anxiety knowing my two lives may intersect. It would be so great to see you guys, especially if you can get me off campus for a weekend. I'm starting to get cabin fever being here all the time. I'm pregnant. Not just pregnant, but 18 weeks pregnant. Feeling movement kinds of pregnant. Super huge belly kinds of pregnant. My last pregnancy ended in a stillbirth last April. We were 18 weeks in at the time. My family did kind of a shitty job supporting us. And frankly, I'm not ready to talk about a baby that I'm not sure will be coming home with us. My family lives down the street, and I see my in-laws every few months. So it's not that they wouldn't notice if they paid attention. We were planning on revealing at Christmas. At 23 weeks. But I've toyed with just sending out a text after the birth. Fingers crossed. Reddit. Edit. I wanted to mass thank everyone for their well wishes. And some of these comments agreeing about just a text are hilarious. I quit my job a week ago. And I've been too embarrassed to tell them. Been spending my days in a coffee shop trying to find something else. I have been taking an Uber almost every day to work because I've had too many guys on the bus grab me, ask me out, follow me home and such. That I am just depressed out of my ducking mind. Won't amount to good things in life. I've had no experiences similar to people my age. Hardly any romantic. Most important. Sexual experience. Life is just whizzing past me and all I can do is just watch. Everyone else I know is gainfully employed. Have nice friends who love them. I've none of those. I know my parents tolerate me instead of loving me. No one respects me. No one. One sibling has moved away to Australia. Another is being taken to Austria for her birthday. It hills me because I've no good in my life. Thanks, bye. That I'm planning on quitting my job in a few months and I'm going to hike the Pacific Crest Trail next summer. I may not be back after that, I might just continue to travel. I don't like the idea of being jobless, but I don't like my job, so it's time for a change anyway. I could have answered this an hour ago, but I just came out to my mum. Edit, everything's fine with her but 700 upvotes? Holy crap guys. Last night my roommate made out with my other roommate's mom. Her husband would be very upset if he found out. Only I know about this. It's been a strange morning of long silences, pauses in our house today. That I don't want to go on a cruise. My sister called me up. All excited. Asking about the one thing that has always been on my bucket list. And my thought was, sweet. We're finally going to see the Field Museum. My sister won some cruise tickets and invited me to tag along. She is super pumped and excited about this. Our parents and older sister have done the whole cruise thing. So she really wants to go. I was never interested. But I'm going so she has a good time. My husband is in jail. He was sent for 4 months. They think he's away working. For what? Drug charges. Ducking ice is a horrible drug. When I was in high school, UK. About 8 or 9 years ago now, I wrote a short erotica story with a theme of incest. No idea why. Just got bored and fancied something a little controversial. It got passed round my classmates but eventually found its way to the teachers. My vanity made me sign in, who said that despite the inappropriate subject matter it was well written. They sent it to my dad, who read it and chewed me out over it. My sister knew about the story but never read it or even really know what it was about, and my mum still doesn't know it ever existed. I promptly took the story and burned it in the woods. My secret is that I never stopped. I simply post anonymously online and I've gotten a lot better with several multi-chapter series under my belt and a lot of positive comments for my work. I've not had as much time nowadays to do as much writing as I'd like, but I'm always thinking up new ideas for stories. I got married a few weeks ago. Came back from my surprise honeymoon on Thursday and was told on Friday that I have cancer. I can't bring myself to tell my husband, but I will have to at some point. It's not so bad. I'm 60, so I've had a life of ups and downs. But I still had things to do. Hasn't sunk in yet really. My sight is ducked up. 2 years now. I can't see clearly anything that is 2 far from me. I can't recognize people from the other side of the street. Made me look like an asshole a lot of times. Never told them because they would flame me so much. And keep throwing at my face that I made them waste money on glasses. Now I have my job. Will buy my own glasses after Christmas. Edit, I meant sight not sigh, haha. My bank balance. Me too. Not enough to do what I want. More than enough to freak out everyone I know. It's like being in poor person purgatory. The cat doesn't actually hate me. We're secret best friends, but she doesn't want to admit it. One day she'll spill it. Specifically my family, my work schedule. I'm holding off telling them what my work schedule for the holidays are. I work retail, so I would work Thanksgiving, but I do have it off. I really don't enjoy time with them, so I'm considering telling them I'm working all day. That I'm an atheist. I am Christian and my son is an atheist. I have always taught him to own his beliefs and to be honest. It was rough for a short while for both of us. I was dismissive of his belief and he mocked mine. We both believe in honesty, love, and mutual respect. So we agreed to gently point out negative behavior and correct it. We now peacefully coexist and agree to disagree. I still pray for him. the extent of my drug alcohol addictions, Xanax and amphetamines in particular. I am unable to fully recover from anorexia. I don't actually think I have ADHD and I'm just doctor shopping. I smoke cigarettes. Most of my friends sell drugs. I constantly pretend to be friends with a girl named Sophia who is really an alias for the people I spend the majority of my time with. And finally, I gave my sister head lice on purpose after summer camp when I was 10 because I was too embarrassed to tell my mother. The calm guy you know at home isn't the one everyone else knows. When I say I'm going to Matt's house, I'm really going to the next city over to get drunk and high with my friends or going to a party to get wasted. My family are a bunch of racist homophobic hillbillies from Texas. None of them know I'm in a les relationship with a black woman. I don't want to talk to any of them anymore. They are selfish and have no sense of humor. It would be better for my life if I didn't speak to them. Mostly hiding it from my mom. But I'm a woman dating a trans woman. She's not exactly who I always pictured myself ending up with. She's a vet with tattoos of the opposite political party that's a decade older than me. She's a sarcastic piece of shit and I ducking love her. She's beautiful and so smart and the first person I've dated that I could imagine myself marrying someday. Considering telling my mom around Christmas but may wait longer so she doesn't kick me out or something. I recently got married. It was just at the local registry office but we do have a small gathering planned next year. It was decided when we were on vacation and I mentioned that if we were going to move to a different country we should get married for visa purposes. My secret is that I plan to surprise my wife with a proposal next month. She thinks she's missed out on getting proposed to in a traditional sense. My smoking addiction. Smoked weed for 4 years and still smoking 6 for 6. I hope one day we both can get over this sheet. Good luck to you, bro. Hey mum and dad. I'm not actually sleeping over at Jessica's house every Friday night. I'm hooking up with Eric, my ex. Big dig to gom I guess. Oh wow. Sounds like you're going to have another secret to reveal in a few months. That I am extremely depressed and that I am actually very wealthy. I was a early Bitcoin investor. Hey mother-in-law. I've wanked it to your feet pic you put on Instagram over a dozen times already. Thanks for posting it. Hope you're not upset. I don't know when it happened but I just got diagnosed with shingles and I had my first breakout when I was 14. I was that young but I was getting verbally and physically abused by my stepdad. I go to the doctor the other day for what I think is shingles again in the same spot. He tells me it's herpes. So I was misdiagnosed the first time. And I just broke down. I wasn't sexually active when I was 14 or before that and my stepdad was or still is taking medicine for herpes. I then realized that my stepdad raped me when I was younger. The only people that know are my boyfriend and my best friend. I'm scared to tell my family. I was recently diagnosed with a type of degenerative joint disease. Recently, more like 3 years ago. Even with treatment, I will likely need a hip replacement on my right side by the time I'm 40. The left possible sooner. I may also need spinal fusion, by the time I hit 35. Depending on quickly the disease progresses. I don't tell my family. Because, even though they are family, they aren't exactly supportive of me or my chosen life. Mom wanted me to be a doctor. Or lawyer. Like my sister and brother. I chose landscaping and agriculture. I don't tell my few friends. Because they are overly supportive. To the point I feel guilty for every little thing they do for me. Example. When I was living alone. And ran out of toilet paper. I asked for a roll or two. To last until I got paid. And the next thing I know the four of them are backing into my apartment's parking lot with a pickup full of canned goods. And other household needs. Eventually we'll have to tell my housemates. But I'm holding off as long as I can. I'm madly in love with a man who hasn't spoken to me for 15 years. None of my family and friends know I ever liked him to begin with but it's destroyed my life and left me massively depressed. That I'm married. My partner and I decided not to tell anyone until we live with each other. Currently we live in different countries and it's complicated. I'm close to my family, so it's not going to be pretty when they find out. Most people also don't know I had 2 miscarriages before I transitioned from being a woman. I'm male now and most people just assume I never wanted kids or they don't know I used to be a woman. None of my family know I'm bisexual. My dad has constantly made cracks at the LGBTQ community. He has openly said that men are not meant to lay with other men. But he doesn't care about girl on girl. My mom would probably understand, but she tells my dad everything. All my family are very conservative. When I told them I was an atheist, they nearly stopped talking to me. My mother claimed I was just going through a phase. Even though I was 24 and was fairly confident. My ex-wife knows about my sexuality, as do most of my friends. But my parents are left in the dark, as they are just not open-minded enough to understand. I would tell them if I wasn't worried about them dropping me out of their life. Sadly, I need them to be involved with my son and myself. I just had to keep it quiet. I don't know if it counts seeing as she's not family yet. But my girlfriend doesn't know I've booked a trip to New York for her birthday and bought an engagement ring, currently hidden in my friend's safe, and I am going to ask her to marry me. It's the best secret I've ever had. That I'm almost 10 weeks pregnant. I'm 41 and had 3 miscarriages and 1 successful pregnancy. My grandparents are very elderly, but healthy, and I don't want them to worry or be upset if something happens. I'm paying someone else's rent and taking care of them emotionally and financially, while everyone I know thinks I'm just broke because I'm bad with money. Which, if you think about it, I am, since I'm paying rent somewhere I don't live. Lol. I am depressed. I quit my very high paying job few weeks back and my girlfriend of 10 years cheated and dumped me. My dad doesn't know it and he is always on my ass about me wasting the time of my life while I have a very hard time getting out of bed in the morning and getting on with my life. Most of my family and friends have no idea that I'm separated from my husband and looking at being divorced this time next year. That I am disgusted by them all having the opportunity to help me through a difficult time. They instead created more problems. Once I get through this, I am moving and cutting off contact with toxic people. Even if we're related.